Wolfie WST. Hey, Wolfie, it's Wolfie. Anyway, thoughts on my trades this week? Let me have a look. Lucas, David Fafita, and Val. Why David Fafita? I do not think you should be trading out David Fafita. Val, yes. To Preston, Lasardi, Herbie. No, I don't like Herbie either. Against Penrith. In for some treats this week. Oh, no. Oh, actually, you just reminded me to put up the Discord invite link. If it's okay with you, Wolfie, can we look at it after the team list, because I don't want to go into my team and see who's been named or not. I know that's a bit annoying. Join the Rage Traders Discord. I definitely don't agree with trading out David Fafita, though. That is something I would not be doing. After most probably his best game, in my opinion, work rate wise, coming into versing St. George, I don't think that's a play. How are you doing? Is it Ison or Insinio? Isinio. Oh, one sec. All right. Let's get this started, because obviously I'm a bit late. So thanks for coming in, and sorry about that. But, you know, family day, went to a little zoo in my city. Actually, I'll chuck the aircon on as well, and then we'll get started. Where's the aircon remote? Where are you? Where are you? Aircon remote. Where have you gone? We look at each other. Wait, why can't I find my aircon remote? Oh, yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Hello, Relaxed. Hello, Daryl again. Went from 15,000 to 6,355. Yeah, you had a pretty massive week. Not too shabby. Currently ranked outside top 500, so can't complain. Wow, well done. Edwarman. I have Fafita, Lucas Chan. F my life. Wait. Don't say anything. Is there news on Fafita? Don't say anything. Oh, my God. All right, let's get into this. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Rage Traders NRL Supercoach podcast. Wolfie here, and today we are going through the round 7 team lists. Hopefully there's not too much carnage. Now, before we get straight into this, obviously we are doing this live as always, but if you do want to join the Discord, that is going to be in the YouTube description below. And also, this will be the last round. You need to join in before the round starts, where you can join the Rage Traders 1K League, $1,000 up for grabs. All you need to do to be able to win the $1,000 is 1, you have to come first, and 2, you have to be a subscriber to the Rage Traders on YouTube. Very simple, free. Whoever comes first will get $1,000 sent to them. So let's get this underway. We'll go through my team later. We'll also go through maybe some possible replacements in the 2RF area that I really like. And I'm actually going to show you guys just kind of how I do that generally and look at trades and stuff like that. But let's get into the team list now, round 7. Thanks also if you are obviously supporting the channel and this podcast. Like, subscribe, comment for the algorithm on YouTube, and a 5-star rating on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts would be absolutely appreciative. So thank you so much for the support, guys. Really appreciate it. Let's get this going. All right. I know a lot of you will already know some of this, so I'm going to try and be as quick as possible, but also try and be in detail at the same time. So Cowboys versus the Sea Eagles. So I did want to bring in Drinky this week. I will flag this up, but they are actually versing Eagles this week, but then they have quite tough opponents in the next 2 rounds. So I just want to flag this for anyone looking at like Cowboys players like Mikalei or Makali. I think, no, it's Mikalei, I think is how you pronounce it. I could be wrong on that, but he's a 2RF cheapie. Then obviously like Drinkwater, Braden Burns, people like that. They have Manly, of course, great fixture here. Cowboys at home against Manly, into Sharks at home. But we know how Sharks go against basically... Sorry, someone's calling me on... Oh my gosh, this is the worst time. Are you joking? I'm going to have to start this again. Hold on. Where did they... What did... Oh, that was behind me on the thing. Hold on. I'm going to restart the intro because I don't want that to be in the podcast. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sup, bro? First time watching a live. Druss, thanks for being here, dude. Yeah, so what we try and do is every Tuesday, I went with my family to the zoo today, though, so I was a bit late, but generally every Tuesday, about 3:55, 3:50 p.m, I start a live, and we just go through the team list that come out straight away. But anyway, let's get into this again. Quick intro. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Rage Traders NRL Supercoach podcast. Wolfie here. Hope you're doing well. Hope the teams are looking great, and there's still a lot of trades left in the bank. Now, we are going through the live NRL round 7 team list, but first and foremost, if you did want to join the Discord, that is in the description below. If you did want to join the Rage Traders 1K competition, where we have $1,000 up for grabs, it's completely free. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the Rage Traders on YouTube, and if you come first in overall points in that league, you will win $1,000. And last but not least, if you're loving the channel, if you're loving what I'm doing, please subscribe to YouTube, comment for the algorithm, like, all that love is appreciated. And on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, if you could please drop a 5-star review. If you think it's worthy of a 5-star review, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's get straight into this. We'll go through some 2RF replacements as well, like Joe Chan being a big replacement. But let's go. Cowboys, Sea Eagles, 7:50 p.m. Scotty Drinkwater versus Tommy Turbo. This is the battle of the fullbacks this game. I think I'm very scared to see how Eagles are going to respond. I know they've won 2 out of 2, but I think Cowboys are just in such good form that I'm very, very worried. But let's look here. Braden Burns returns to the wing in a straight swap for Murray Talagi, who has a concussion. Does that mean Braden Burns will be left and Zach Labert right, or Zach Labert left? I don't know what Todd Payton will do there, but we'll have to wait and see. After coming into the game much earlier than expected last week for Reid Marnie, who also suffered a head knock, Sonny Luke has been named to start at hooker. Sam McIntyre returns to the 6-player bench after missing last week's game. Sure. Viliami Valea is the other new face on the bench. Now, there is a cheapie here that I do want to discuss with you guys. Someone that I saw, but I don't know if he's 100% someone we can go look at. I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to look at my team so it doesn't ruin anything here. But let's talk about Thomas McKaylee. He's got a -8 break even, $355,800. And what you'll see here, even if we go to the stats here on NRL SC stats, is you're actually going to see a minutes increase. Now, I'm not sure if anyone else is speaking about him, but it's something I've noticed. Now, I'm not sure if this minutes increase or like his points increase is because of form. Todd Payton has now put something in that said, look, we need you playing a bit more. Like, it's something I've been monitoring and I saw, and I think not a lot of people are speaking about him, but he had he had 21 points in his first game for 9 minutes with a base of 15. He then had 28 points in 37 minutes on a 28 base. So he matched his base with his points. Then he had 58 points in 44 minutes for 52 base. Then he goes 66 points for 51 minutes in a 52 base. Now, I don't know if he warrants being someone that you drop down from Chan, because we still have people like Couchman and Lasardi coming back, but I had to just flag him for you guys if you didn't know about him. So let's just keep going on with that. But yeah, this looks like a stock standard normal Cowboys team besides what we said. On the interchange, Sam McIntyre, Griffin Neem, Thomas McKaylee on the interchange, as well. Matthew Lodge, Viliami Valea, and Mason Barber in the 18-19. Then for Seagulls, it looks pretty stock standard again. Siasua Takiao makes his return from a calf injury via the bench, having been silenced since round. Nathan Brown grabs a place on the 6-man interchange. So pretty stock standard team here. Another player you could look at going as a 2RF replacement that I think could have a very big 3 games here is Hamali Olakawatu. If you haven't planned anything yet, just go take a look at him. We all know his capability and what he can do, but if we look at the draw here for Manly, they now have, they come into a bit of a weird one. Hold on. Am I on the, I knew that looked weird. That was the 2025 draw. So weird. All right. So look at Manly here. So they now have North Queensland away, into Parramatta at home, into Penrith away, into Broncos at home, West Tigers away, Gold Coast, Sharks away, Souths at home. So these next 2-ish games are great for them. And there is a bit of a tough patch there, but if you did want to go for a pod, Hamali Olakawatu could be your guy. Nothing else here to really flag Supercoach wise for the team. I do think, as I said, Cowboys, I think, should get the win here, and it could be a very big score. But, I mean, Manly are in form, Cowboys are in form. I just think the boys will get away with it. Maybe I'm being biased because I follow them. Jake Simkin, Corey Waddell, Ethan Bullymore, Siasua Takiao in the interchange from the 14 to 17, and Nathan Brown and Clayton Falalo in the 18-19. McKaylee, nice one, Wolfie. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Raiders versus Storm. Guys, let me know in the chat, who do you think's actually going to win this game? Because I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know what's going to happen this game. I'm kind of worried. I am holding on to Far Logo. I think Raiders are still giving up points. I still think in very tough games, like last week when Melbourne played their worst game, Far Logo still got like 66 points. I think that is going to be good. How long is Reid Marnie out for? I think it's only 1 week. Sorry to switch, but if it's only 1 week, I don't think you can go to Sonny Luke. But yeah, again, yeah, I'm holding on to Far Logo. Some people talking about trading him out, but I'll hold there. Let's see what changes have come to the Storm. Just the one change to the starting lineup with winger Manaia, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Watere, promoted from the bench to start in place of Moses Leo. Oh, God, don't do this to me, please. He's still in my team. Actually, I'm actually kind of happy with that. No, this is good. We don't lose money on Leo. He can be a vice captaincy loop. for possibly a Drinkwater or Tommy Turbo play, this is actually good. I wish they weren't playing as early, but this is actually good. So I don't mind this. I said last week, I don't care about Moses Leo and these cheapies. I can't move them around until I see like someone be consistently a good cheapie. Raiders by 4, you say. That's a big one. But yeah, interesting. Only the one change. So Joe Chan is still in. That's actually thrown a bit of a... Oh, I shouldn't look at my team. Okay, I'm not going to look at my team because it's going to ruin things. But I think a lot of people will still get rid of Joe Chan. They're most probably thinking he's done his time. And if he doesn't perform this week, you will be losing a bit of money. So maybe they're just off with him. For the Raiders, Matt Timoko comes in for his... comes in at center for his first NRL appearance since round 2 with Seb Chris sliding to the wing. And Tamale dropping out. Well, this is because Tamale was dropping the ball a lot last week. Also had a bit of a brain fart on scoring a try. But yeah, wow. Speedster Dane Laurie is part of the 6-man bench and will be keen for an opportunity on the back of a hat trick in New South Wales Cup. So Dane Laurie in the 18, Joe Roddy in the 19, Jaden Braley, Zach Hosking, Adam Mariota, Morgan Smithies 14 to 17. For the Melbourne Storm, no massive changes there besides Mania Watere. That's actually someone we could possibly just keep us on a little watch list, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I just want to see what he is worth. What is Chan's break even as well? That's something we should flag. 101 break even. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. So Mania Watere, 9 break even. He's played 2 games for a 26 and a 74. Interesting. So if you did want to take a gamble, maybe he could go. It is good for Leo. Wait for another cheapie CTW on the bubble to come along and then trade him. I agree. Watere looked good in his game. Yeah, that's actually a very interesting shout. So if there is a CTW you need to go to, I would suggest 2 places. I would say Watere first because obviously Bellamy is very unhappy with Leo. And then you could also look at someone like Patrick Herbert from the West Tigers. Dolphins versus Panthers. Big game here. This should be a really high-scoring game, to be honest with you. Brad Schneider wears the number 14 jersey with Kurt Donahue sidelined due to injury. Oren Keeley is the new man on the bench. No other changes to the team, beaten heavily by the Sea Eagles. Sure, Max Plath is still in the hooker position. Fina Fuiaki, you'll be watching him closely this game because he had an okay game. I think he had about 55 or 60 before the bye. Herbie Farnworth, my opinion is do not trade him in this week. I know it's Herbie, but against the Panthers who just lost, I think you can still wait a week. That is my opinion, however. But yeah, honestly, I've said this before and I'll say this again. The two people you only care about from the Dolphins, in my opinion, are Herbie Farnworth and Fina Fuiaki. And that, again, my opinion. But the Panthers, nothing crazy here, except for Premiership winning centre Isaac Targo will play his first NRL game of the season for the suspended Casey McLean. Okay, that's fine. So he's coming in. Casey McLean out. For the people that got Casey McLean when he got sin binned and he got his little 60 and now you got to leave him, just sit him. Just don't trade him out. It is what it is. Unfortunate. But yeah, no massive changes here. Going to look really interesting with Isaiah Yo's minutes, someone who I traded out last week. So happy with that. But I think he's going to be on a bit of less minutes this week. Jack Coggo, Scott Sorensen, Kalani Going, Billy Phillips on the bench with Sione Fanua, Freddie Lussick in the 18-19. Flegler, Ray Stone, Francis Mollo, Bradley Schneider in the 14-17, and Keeley and Fuller in the 18-19. I feel so sorry for Trey Fuller. He should be on it. Honestly, if I was the Sharks, I would be going for Trey Fuller. Get rid of Will Kennedy. That's my opinion. All right, Warriors, Titans. To all my Waz fans out there, up the Waz. You guys are honestly so fun to watch. Really surprised this season. And I'm just going to say this. There is a pod in this team now that you can target if you want to, and that is Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Now, I know his scoring can be very, very up and down, but a 56 break even on 469,200, that is absolutely ridiculous. Now, if we look at his scores, he got a 90 in the first, a 40, a 43, a 31, a 26, and 71. It's really up and down scoring. It's honestly surprised me a lot considering the form that the Warriors have been in. But if you do want someone that you're like, you really want to take a gamble on, he's only owned by 1% of players. It could be RTS time. Again, big watch on Kinney this game because he had an absolutely monster last game. Please don't burn me, Kinney. I just can't. I traded you out for Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh got injured. It's been haunting me for the last 3 weeks. Just the one change to the starting side with Kirk Haywell's return from a 5-game absence due to a calf injury, moving Murata Niokore back to the bench. CNK, Neck, and Mitch Barnett are both listed among the reserves. Sure. As they look to return from injury, Tanner Stowell-Smith will miss the match with a hamstring injury. No changes to the Titans team. Cleese Haas has been named in the extended squad along with Josh Patson, who has completed a suspension incurred in the Queensland Cup. So nothing really massive to talk about here. Big watch for me is just if you still got Tanner Boyd, I think you hold him for a game like this. Like Warriors could just go absolutely nuts here. But I think this will be quite a good game. But yeah, that's it for your team list. Nothing massive there. Rabbitohs v Dragons. Now there was, Matt Duffy in at the fullback. You absolute animal. Matt Duffy is back in the NRL for the first time since 2002. Wow. So taking over from Jai Gray, that's very interesting that Latrell doesn't go to fullback, but I kind of prefer that. I don't know. I might be weird in saying that, but I like Latrell in the center. The former Dragon, funny he comes back against the Dragons, and Bulldog has lined up the former Dragon and Bulldog played 2 preseason challenge games and is lined up in 5 New South Wales Cups games. Cool. Don't care, but he's ready to go. Big watch on him. Lachlan Hubner comes into the back row in place of David Fifita. Hamstring. Oh man, this Super Coach game, it just riddles me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so David Fifita, I think your time is up. What is his... Might as well look. 64 break even? Have they said how long? Out 6 weeks? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, he's a trade out, guys. All right, so after this, we're going to go through who we think are good 2RF replacements as well. I think this is a must for this video, so stay tuned for that. And we'll go through, and there's a way I do it, and it's most probably a simple way, but yeah. Dragons, after coming on as a replacement last week, Matt Fagey will start against South in place of Moses Sully, whose eye socket got injured. Jacob Halengar, who has been added to the bench, while winger David Farley is listed at where's Setutu? Please tell me Setutu's there. So Setutu is still in, after serving a 1-game suspension. Christian Tuipulotu is good to go despite leaving the field with a knee injury. Okay, so just be ready for some little shenanigans here an hour and a half before this game. But I cannot see Souths losing this. I really can't. Yeah. Going to be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. West Tigers versus Broncos. 7:35 p.m. on Saturday. Wow, this is going to be a good match. I think everyone is putting a lot of faith into West Tigers, but I could actually see Broncos winning this. Even with the injuries, I just think forward pack wise, even though with the loss of Carrigan, I think this is going to be a huge game for Payne Haas. A huge in for the high-flying Tigers was skipper Jerome Luai, named to return from the knee injury that has sidelined him since round 3. Jock Madden slides to number 14. Taylor May is back from a shoulder injury and slots into center with Sonny Taruva going to the wing and Jarrell Skelton making way. So is Patrick Herbert still in? Wow. Okay. So Patrick Herbert retains his position, but is in the opposite center, left center, and Hamasi Makasini is on the wing on the left side now. What's happened to Lilly? Was he just dropped? He had a suspension, but now he's just dropped? Wow. Okay, I'm holding Makasini. I'm definitely holding Makasini if he's on the wing. That's me. But now they honestly have two very good areas of attack now. I would, if I was Benji Marshall, and this is just me, surely Taylor May is left center and you keep Patrick Herbert in right center after the way he played. I think that's going to be really interesting to see. But surely that is the play. Anyway, I could be wrong. Broncos, Adam Reynolds has been named to return from an adductor injury, so Thomas Duffy slides to the interchange. That really hurts because Thomas Duffy was a possible cheapie that we could have had, but yeah, you know, it all was all based off Adam Reynolds and when he was returning. Loss of Pat Carrigan to suspension brings Xavier Willison into the starting side at lock with Corey Pakes. Now, I'm going to say this, with the loss of Carrigan and Chan, with the loss of Chan and Fafita, this is inclining me more to hold Carrigan, I think. I was contemplating getting rid of Carrigan, but with the numbers and consistency he's been putting up in the minutes, now that this has happened, I think I will be holding Carrigan. So that's my take anyway. Xavier Willison could literally be someone you bring in. Him being at lock because of the Carrigan play is something that could be looked at from people, but don't overlook it. But again, Carrigan's only out for 2 games, you know what I mean? Also, Payne Haas has shown some injuries here and there. First it was the AC joint. Then in the game he had like a hamstring or thigh issue, but he still played on and got some points. So I think if there's a game you want to captain Haas in, it could be this game, but there's a lot of captaincy choices. Yeah, Carrigan is suspended for 2 games, but I still think the thing is why I want to hold Carrigan, and hear me out on this one, is I've had him since day dot, and they verse West Tigers away, then Bulldogs. 2 very tough games. Carrigan comes back into Roosters away, Manly away, New Zealand. Very grindy games that I think he'll thrive in, and then I just either hold him or I literally keep him for round 13, 14, 15, where they have St. George. Maybe he gets rested. Gold Coast, South's away. Wait, chat, do they go away in 15 or 16? Wait, no, they go away in 15, right? The Origin players. It's 12, 15, and 18 for memory. Am I wrong in saying that? I'm pretty sure. So he won't. So if he gets rested, so maybe I move him at round 12. Yeah. Carrigan gets better going into Origin. True, maybe. Yeah, let me know about that. I think it's 12, 15, and 18, no? For memory. Okay, so nothing much here. Jesse Arthurs is still a massive watch in the fullback position, but this might be a tougher game for him, so I have to wait and see. I think Broncos have the shittest draw for Origin players. Yeah. So, okay. So I am right in saying that. So he's not. So Carrigan will not play round 12, round 15, round 16, and round 18 and round 19. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4. He misses out on 6 games from round 12 to round 19. Wow. That is really, really tough. That is really, really tough. That is, yeah, that's a definite trade in round 12, in my opinion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my captain for the week on the Roosters, James Tedesco. Very excited for this. I've been building up to this moment, holding back week by week. Reece Walsh has been sitting there, and I said it was for this moment. James Tedesco will come into my team. He's already in there. Same 19, and I think no matter what, this game is just going to be an absolutely high scoring game. Like, I'm not saying the Roosters are going to go out there and score 50 points, but this could be one of those games where both teams score literally like it's like 36-28 or something. That's what I'm feeling like. Anyway, I'm hyped for this game. Come on, Tedesco, bring me the money. And then he's into my team. Let's get into the team list. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Trent Robinson goes with the same 19 after an impressive win over the Sharks, which it was because they were losing 16-0 and came back from that. The Knights, the return of gun 5/8 Dylan Brown sees Fletcher Sharp slide into full back. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. Fletcher Sharp just got more tasty. Fletcher Hunt most probably gets a bit of a hit here. I think that's not good for Fletcher Hunt owners going to center. Thomas Can gets a start in the back row in the absence of Dylan Lucas, who got injured in the throat. Dylan Lucas, he's gone. More changes on the bench with Cody Hopwood. Can I just say something? In these team lists, they should say when a player is injured, they should have in the brackets how long the estimated time is for them. Like, it should say Dylan Lucas throat, 1 to 2 weeks. Dylan Lucas throat, 6 to 8 weeks. Like, wouldn't that be so much more helpful? Anyway, more changes on the bench with Cody Hopwood in for Tyson Frizzell, who is nursing a rib injury. Francis Manulelua, also joins the interchange, while Kyle McCarthy and Peter Holler are also new additions to the match day squad. Cool. Harrison Graham, Pasami Solo, Cody Hopwood, Francis Manulelula, Francis Manulelua. Yes. Never give up. 14-17, Kyle McCarthy and Peter Holler, 18-19 on the reserves. Connor Watson, Spencer Lenu, Nat Butcher, Celeste Fiketti in the 14-17, Cody Ramsey and Tommy Talau in the 18 and 19. Also, before, maybe I didn't mention this, on the bench for the Broncos, Thomas Duffy, Ben Tolte, or on the interchange, sorry, Jaden Hunt and Jack Goz. Then Var Semu and Hayes Perham at 18-19. And then for the Tigers, we have Jock Madden, Sione Fainu, Royce Hunt, Alex Seyfarth, then Latu Fainu and Luke Lalili in the 18-19. By the way, I forgot to mention that. Eels versus Bulldogs. Now, because of the Liam Martin injury, which someone mentioned today, please be aware that Jacob Preston could slot in as the 2RF for the New South Wales Origin team. So if you do want to pick him up, you are taking that risk. But this could be the time you want to jump on Bulldogs players. They now have Parramatta away, Broncos away, North Queensland at home, Dolphins away, Sharks away, Melbourne at home, West Tigers away. It's actually not the craziest good draw. Like, I look at Para and my eyes light up, but Broncos away, then Newcastle, North Queensland's fine. Dolphins, it's actually not bad. Around round 11, you go Sharks away, Melbourne at home, West Tigers away, Parramatta. That gets a bit hard. Kind of feels like, yeah, very interesting. It's kind of like an up and down draw there. Chan for Rauchman or Lukey? I think it might be a bit too late to get Lukey. We'll look into that soon though. All right, so nothing crazy here. In the interchange, I can't see too much. Oh, Sean Russell also back, sorry. So centre Sean Russell returns from concussion, so Brian Kelly moves to the wing. Last week's debutant, Raz Nava, slides to the interchange. Charlie Geimer and Jack Williams are the new second rowers in place of Kelma Tuolagi, who had a concussion, and Katoni Katauga knee. This game could be an absolute whitewash. The loss of bench forward Sam Tuivasa concussion sees Saxon Pryke join the bench for his NRL debut. Tony Matale has also been added to the bench, and he chases a second NRL appearance. Sure. Star prop Leo Thompson has overcome a calf injury. I don't know if he's overcome it. This dude's been out for a while. He's been named to play his first game of the season. Congratulations. Thompson comes in for Max King, who suffered a jaw injury last week. Back rower Josh Curran is listed among the reserves, and he looks to return from a rib injury suffered against the Knights in round 4. While skipper Stephen Crichton is also part of the extended squad, so keep on a lookout for that. Now, the reason why you want to look out for the Stephen Crichton coming in is he might actually come in and take an Ari Tuala's spot, or Bronson Cherry. So we have to be really, really focused on that, because if you want to bring in a Inari Tuala, who's been really, really good lately, it could bite you in the backside if you're just not paying attention to that. So yeah. Nothing crazy here. Honestly, I think Bulldogs are going to be very strong in this game. And that's it. That's your team list. Oh, we're done. Awesome. Okay, let's look at my team quickly. I'm just going to say a massive thank you. Actually, you know what? Before we end the podcast, let's do this first. We're just going to quickly go through the 2RF position and talk about who we should be looking at trading in, or who we could possibly trade in as 2RF replacements. And the way I like to do this, I know this sounds crazy, I just like scanning from top to bottom. Now, sometimes I do it from ownership and I just go, you know what, nothing. But sometimes I also like going down and looking at my pods first. So I'll go like 10% and lower and I'll see Jacob Preston here. And I go, that's very interesting. Jacob Preston, 41 break even, $645,700. Don't mind it at all. Are you chasing last week's points and being like, oh, if he scores this game again, I can't miss out on it? Maybe, but you could say the same for Hudson Young. Now, I'm going to say something to you guys that might be incorrect, but this is where I'm heading. There's a lot of players I've been behind on. For example, Simi Sasagi, I didn't bring him in. Bad decision, most likely, but you live with it. And I don't think I want to chase him now because he's a lot of money and a lot of people are still going there. That's fine. The issue now is I do not want to start picking up players that are going to be playing Origin. I'm actually starting to prepare for this Origin period and the bye periods. Now, you might say round 7 is way too early for that. And you might be completely correct. But with the amount of carnage we've started copping, just continuous all season, I really, really just want to be like confident knowing that when I go into Origin, I'm going to be like having the best team possible to gain me ranks back. So yeah, me looking at Hudson Young, which is what Wayne is talking about now. Hudson Young and Preston, likely New South Wales back rowers. Definitely for Hudson Young, possibly for Preston, right? This is where like people like Lockie Galvin, Jerome Hughes, they all come into contention, you know? Like, do we hold Cleary for this period? Do we just sit him there and play? Like, for me, I know that next week I want Nico Hines. So in the back of my mind, I'm sort of saying, well, how can I get there? Well, Pat Carrigan is an option, but I've said that I don't really want to trade him out until, it comes into round 12. So I'm already thinking like 2-3 rounds ahead about everything that I'm doing, right? And it could be wrong, but look, I'm hoping, as I said before, I traded in Reece Robson three weeks ago, and I think that Blake Brayley will be the New South Wales hooker. I really do. Just look at the way he was getting try assists in the game against Roosters. Like, put him in a New South Wales Origin team, I think he'll be really strong. And I'll be really surprised if they go with Robson again after they just lose to Queensland. I think we'll see a change in the hooker position. Now, that doesn't mean that Robson won't get chosen for a backup role, but I don't think that will happen. But again, that's the way I sort of plan things. Now, I do have Brandon Smith there as a backup. His scores won't be great. Again, so everything that I'm doing from now, I'm actually planning for non-Origin players because I don't want to do all these trades. Oh, I'll get Preston in. He's going to get a massive 120. That's great. Awesome. Happy with that. Then all of a sudden, I'm just trading through the Origin period because I haven't prepped enough. And let me tell you what will happen if you're new to Supercoach or you're just not, you never do this. It will come to round 10 or 11 and you'll hear someone on a podcast go, there's only 1 or 2 weeks left until Origin and the Origin buys. And you'll be like, what? It's that quick? And you'll completely forget about it and it will bite you in the backside. And last season, where I gained a crap ton of points and ranks was this buy period. I actually thought it out and it really helped me. So let's go through who we think are great 2RF picks that are going to assist us in being non-Origin players, but also just good at 2RF position, points, etc. Now, there is a case, and I hate to say this, that Simi Sasagi could still be picked up. He doesn't play Origin. I actually would never know, but I highly doubt he doesn't. $666,500. There's like a 0.1% chance this guy would play Origin. I don't even know what nationality he is, to be honest. So I'm not aware of this. But if you wanted someone now and you still wanted to go to him, look, as I said, I think it's too late on the train. If you've missed out, he's already gone up $265,000 in cash. Now, I think last week he was due for a pretty average score, and Latrell Mitchell had to move to the fullback position. Tallis Duncan then went over to the left edge for the Souths, and that's when Sasagi started scoring points. However, that means absolutely nothing if their draw is really, really good. So let's have a look at it. They now have Melbourne, who I think it's Watare's edge. Guys in the chat, if you want to let me know on that. I think it's Watare's edge. I could be wrong. Then they have West Tigers away, Gold Coast away, Penrith bye. So there's about, I would say, 3 out of 4 games are quite difficult, and then they have a bye. If you wanted, I think if Sasagi was still showing promise, you could pick him up in round 12 for Dolphins, North Queensland, Sydney Roosters, and they are all at home. So, yeah. Well, I wouldn't replace my cheapie with someone who's injured, Jamal. I wouldn't be going. There is someone who I need to check this up. Did Pascoe get the hooker position for Gold Coast? Wait. There was something I completely forgot. There was a hooker for Gold Coast Titans called, I think it's Oliver Pascoe or something. No, Sam Verrills is still in. Okay, so Oliver Pascoe is on the interchange at 14. Okay, I thought there was a case for Sam Verrills being injured. Okay, damn, that sucks. So he was going to be a cheapie I would recommend to people, depending on how long the injury was for Sam Verrills. All right, let's continue. I'm going to do it by, I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to do it by total points. Luciano Leilua. $611,100 with a 20 break even. What is the draw looking like for St. George? It's bad, right? They have South away, Sydney Roosters bye, Newcastle, Penrith away, New Zealand. I could not do it. That is so scary. Although this guy has been putting up insane points. Like, absolute, like, if you started with Leilua, congratulations. You have been sitting on the side being like, whoa, Luciano Leilua. Let's have a look here. So his base has been an average of 56 base average. Whoa. He had a 67 base against North Queensland and a 65 base against Manly. But they have a bye in 3 rounds. Started with Luciano. It's been a fever dream. Wow, Benno, that is amazing. I think just because of their form, it worries me a bit. But I mean, also to flip that around, Dragons have been playing awful. And he's gone 52, 62, 90, 58, 81, 99. So if Dragons start playing some good footy, what is his points going to be? Like, is he just going to turn into an absolute beast even more? So if you have the balls to do it, I don't. But if you have the gonads to do it, go for it. Jaden Sewer, I don't like, his break even of 101. Is Jaden Sewer Origin? Isn't Jaden Sewer an Origin, chat? Gosh, you know what? I really need to work on my Origin knowledge a bit. I think the next one we really need to speak about, who has been in form and in a team with a lot of form, Kai Piss-Paul. It's not too late to go to Kai Piss-Paul. 52 break even at 737,900. Last week, things just didn't go to him and he still popped the 69 out. It's clear that he is in a much better role for the team and he fits the West Tigers style of attack much better. Now, if we look at the West Tigers draw, which I'm pretty sure from memory is quite favorable, they have the Broncos at home, Canberra at home, Sharks away, Melbourne away. Not too favorable. Interesting, though. I think if you want to go there, he's like someone you're going to hold for a long time. But let me read out to you after that. So after Melbourne away, they have Manly at home, into a bye, into Bulldogs at home, Penrith at home. Kind of think it might be a bit too late for KPP. I've been between getting KPP and Finafuiaki this week. Interesting. We'll keep going through the list. I really like Jordan Ricky and what he's been doing this season. But I don't think he has that huge ceiling consistently. So I'm going to say no to that. Yo, we know about Yo. Limited minutes sometimes, origin player. Can't go there. Isaiah Papali'i, he goes from 60 to 80 minutes to 60 to 80 minutes. I can't go there. Finafuiaki is definitely someone you can look at. The reason being is they absolutely got slaughtered and he had a bit of an average game, but so did everyone else in the team. But he still popped out. What was it? Wasn't it like a 60? Why is it not showing up here? But a 57 break even. Who are they coming to? Besides the Panthers this week, they now have New Zealand, Melbourne Bulldogs. Why does everyone I look at have a tough draw as soon as I speak about them? But, I mean, the base is there. Wait, Finafuiaki is an origin player for Queensland, though, as well. David Fifita for Preston or Lukey? Oh, I think we can find something a bit more better. I think it's Sasagi. I think it's actually Sasagi possibly at the moment. Dylan Lucas injured. Joe Chan, we know about that. Jacob Preston, look, I think you could definitely go him if you want, but I think someone we could also speak about here is Hamali Olakau'atu. Again, doesn't Hamali Olakau'atu play for New South Wales, or is that position battled between him and Preston? But 55 points last week, a bit of an average one, but a 44 break even, 695,200 smackaroonies. I think he's someone you could look at. Now, Jack Williams had a really good game last week, 71. Jeez, he's putting up solid numbers for the way the Eels are playing. 59, 58, 58, 61, and a 71 on the last round. That's really interesting. Samuela Fainu, 63 last week, 557,300. I don't think I could go there. You have Sasagi and CT Dubs. Okay, that makes sense. Jermaine McEwen got a 68 last week. Couldn't go there. Viliami Kikau. Tallis Duncan. How many minutes did Tallis play last week? I think it's... Can I just go out and say this? Wait, hold on. Tallis Duncan switches to the left center and produces a try assist and 45 points in base. He is the pick of the two starting back rowers to move to the centers to cover injuries. Should Duncan early dual status in round 12, his appeal will increase. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've possibly found a golden nugget. $594,900. A 6 break even. I'm actually not mad at possibly going Tallis Duncan. St. George, Melbourne away, Newcastle away, that's fine. Sharks at home, should be a good game. Dolphins, North Queensland away. I think I'm very close to putting Tallis Duncan in my team, chat. Is Tallis getting Fafadi spot? Who is Fafadi? Or Fafita, you mean? Fafadi. Could easily be. This is actually huge. I think a lot of people won't go there. Thomas Cant most likely playing on the edge while Dylan Lucas is out for 4 to 6 weeks. 299K. Yeah. How much ball do they get though? Newcastle are versing Roosters away, Penrith and Souths into St. George away, Gold Coast away. I don't know. I've just got this feeling Newcastle are going to start getting smashed in the next few weeks. That's I could be wrong, but yeah. Guys, I'm telling you right now, Tallis Duncan's coming into my team. He's in. You've just seen me do the trade live on stream. Tallis Duncan is in my team. He's gone. He's in. He has to be. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy, right? He has to go into the team. Tick, tick, tick. Tallis Duncan is in my team. All right, let's keep looking. I love doing this. I just love it. How good is Supercoach? I could be here forever. All right, 2RF. Let's go back. Tallis Duncan. He's come into my team. Billy Burns, no. Cameron Murray, no. I think Tallis Duncan has a higher ceiling than Murray. Leka, no. Sua Wong. How many minutes? Let's actually look into this. Someone who I've spoken about a lot. Sua Wong. How many minutes is Wong getting though? Sua Wong. So he's got 67 minutes for 69 points. Interesting. I'm really targeting this Roosters draw. I'm going very heavy on the Roosters draw. I think I can't go too heavy with the round 12 bye. So I'm going to sit like that. We also need to look and see what's going to happen with the draw for make sure that Souths don't have a round 12. So Souths don't have a round 12 bye. So Tallis Duncan will play. Tedesco won't for me. Okay. Should I use my third boost? Well, I have. So my trades this week, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you just quickly and to everyone listening on the podcast. They are now with the David Fifita news. I am boosting. I am going to go out. Joe Chan, gone. Fifita, gone. Reece Walsh, gone. 4. Lasardi, Tallis Duncan, and James Tedesco. Let me know what you think about that in the chat, but I am all for that. I am all for that. Beautiful. All right, let's keep looking. We get sidetracked. Sorry to the podcast listeners. This is what happens. It's how the cookie crumbles. I wanna dance. So Tallis Duncan, I'm really like hot on that. That pick to me is really juicy. David Fifita gone. Don't care. He's out. Leka, Sua Wong. Trey Mooney, do you hold on to Trey Mooney? 34 break even. I think you do if you really want to be serious about making cash. But if you did want to move him, I would completely understand that. Toby Couchman. What is his break even? 37 now with a 73. Huh. That's a waste of a boost, mate, with all due respect. Why? Explain to me why it's a waste of a boost when I'm getting rid of injured players. And I will look at your comment further, sir. Need some advice? I started with Jerome Hughes, 2 tons, then average performances back to back. Should I hold or upgrade to Cleary, Dewey? Well, if you don't have Cleary, you should definitely go to Cleary. 100%. I think Cleary is a must-have, especially after their loss. So, yes, I would go to Cleary from Jerome Hughes if you don't have Cleary. Angus Crichton did have one of his best games last week. If you did want to go there, I'd completely understand. Again, they do have the round 12 bye, but he's someone who could pick up in points. So yeah, I don't mind him at all, but he just hasn't had the best season. Tino, we're not going to look at. Luke Garner, not going to look at. Xavier Willison with the Carrigan out could be someone you get some easy cash on, but I still think at his price, $465,000, you can't. And look, you'll be trading him out pretty soon anyway. Dylan Walker, no. Chris Randall, no. It's getting real slimy now. Nothing much else. Max Plath, I would not go there. Lockie Hubner. Lockie Hubner could find some increased minutes because of the Fafita injury. And when he gets increased minutes, he's actually a really, really good Supercoach player, and he was amazing last season. 395,500. He's only been playing, like, mate, this guy got 48 points in 18 minutes. I wonder if he's going to get increased minutes. All right. I think so far, Thomas Cant is a great shout, though. So cheap. Maybe I'm better off going Thomas Cant now, right, over Lasardi. Thomas Cant makes me money, and then Jesse Colquhoun can go down to Lasardi. Bro, Lasardi frees that much cash for further trades with a negative 88 break even. Duncan has potential to reach 750k again really easily, and it has upside. What's your point? Duncan and Lasardi are not boost worthy. I'm not like, okay, I get what you're saying, right? I understand what you're saying, but I'm not boosting just for these players, right? As I said, I'm looking ahead. So what do I mean by that? Let me put you in like what frame of mind I think at. First of all, Tallis Duncan has likely bottomed out. I think with the Fafita injury, it only is a massive plus for him. And I know he's someone that can easily get 100 plus in some games. I like their draw. They don't have the round 12 bye for memory. And he is literally a high caliber player. Lasardi's definitely coming back into the Melbourne team. Although he's not playing now, he is literally someone that everyone will have back in their team when he's listed. So I'm trying to just get ahead of that. But on top of that, right? On top of that, I'm preparing myself for next week. So what's next week? I want Nicho Hynes in my team next week. So it frees up money for me to then go next week. Now, I could swap this. I could go, instead of Lasardi, go Cant, and then Jesse Colquhoun goes down to Lasardi. When I do that, I go 475, if not a bit more, because Jesse Colquhoun's on a 28 break even. He then will go down to Lasardi, let's say, because I'm going to switch that for Cant. And I will make approximately $240,000. That will leave me with 400 and... my math sucks. 520,000. What can I then do? Ethan Sanders straight to Nicho Hynes and potentially only do one trade for the week next week. Now, that sets up extreme value for my team. And that's the way I think about it. Also, yes, Tallis could also get the jewel. So I know maybe to you, maybe it doesn't seem amazing this week. And look, I actually kind of disagree with that. But again, everyone has their opinions. But look here, even if I go Thomas Cant right now, next week, Jesse Colquhoun can literally be my Lasardi, and then I move Carrigan up and I just hold him. It's like I feel like it's such a good thing I'm doing. But I could be wrong. But now also, Cant is a reserve in my team. I actually really like this, guys. So I'm going to have Setu 2, Far Logo, Cant, and Arama Howe in my team. Yeah. Let's do it. What do we think about this? Yes, smart call financially. I love your plan. Thank you. Thank you. Now, there's not to say that, Michael, you are incorrect. You could be 100% on the money. Do I agree with you that bringing in Lasardi now is a waste? I actually do, because I think bringing in Cant, which another chat member said, is much more value. So that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully Cant doesn't burn me. So that's something I need to think about. Okay. But if we look at, let's actually have a look at Thomas Cant here. So he's only been playing 24 minutes for 21 points, 22 minutes. I mean, is Cant, how many minutes is he going to play? What do we think he's going to play? It's not the full 80, is it? Is he going to play the full 80? Let's go by 2025 player profiles, Thomas Cant. He has played 80 minutes before. In the start of the season, he was playing 4 games for 80 minutes for about 50-ish points, 50 to 60 points. Funafukiaki was on the extended squad for Origin last year. Do we think he gets Origin? I think he will. Yes. So yeah, this will be my play, or Lasardi. Then I still have Couchman in my team, and I'm looking juicy. Because I want to get rid of Ethan Sanders soon. With a 25 break even, I'm kind of getting over him, but I don't want to have Nico Hines in my flex, because I'm getting close to thinking that either something's going to be an issue here, whether it's Far Logo or Turbo. Anything could happen. Turbo could go down. So yeah. Only negative thing or idea I should say for you is, have you thought about Couchman back next week instead of Cant? Well, I have Couchman in my team, big dog. I didn't trade him. Carrigan to Twal or Terrell May. I think it's Twal. But yeah. Look, let's just end the podcast there, because people are going to be in their car thinking, when is this going to end or whatever. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to continue questions with the chat. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. 5-star review. Really appreciate it. I know this went on longer than usual, but I wanted to give you some 2RF replacements. All aboard the Tallis Duncan train. Please wish me luck for this pick. I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it. But thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast, to the Rage Traders. Wolfie here. Good luck with your round 7. Peace. Done. Yeah. Oh, no Tyson Frizzell. I really like the Cant pick. I really like it. Whoever told me that, thank you. Okay, feel free to smash me with questions right now, guys. This is your time. If you have questions, there's 121 of you here. Load away. Oh, I think Twal Max is the mini Payne Haas of this season. And I wish I got him maybe a week earlier, but he will be a must. He's pretty much close to a must-have. By the way, guys, if you haven't joined the Discord, it's in the pinned comment. All you have to do is click the link where we speak about NRL Supercoach. If you want to join in, no stress if you don't. Thomas Cant apparently kicking if Sanders Smith. Doesn't matter. They're not going to score any points. No, they might. What are you ranked currently? I actually dropped down a bit this week. I went from about 13,000 down to 15,058 after a pretty rough week. Last 2 weeks, I've had Reece Walsh as captain and Fa'alogo as captain. So it has not been too great for me. But for this week, ladies and gentlemen, we have Latrell Mitchell as my vice captain. Oh, wait, can I even do this? Latrell Mitchell as vice captain into James Tedesco as captain. If Latrell does really, really well, I can bring in Carrigan or Couchman here, but I just need to weigh up some things because Martin is also going to be, when are the Knights playing? After Broncos. Okay, so that's fine. Yep, so that'll be my play. Duncan, Lukey, Martin. I might need to rearrange this so I can prepare for a loopage, but I also have West Tigers, so I could easily go Leo in as my loop as well, which could be something I look at. I know you were getting Teddy and Hines, but if you only could get one in the next 2 weeks, who would you go? In the next 2 weeks? That's actually a really tough question because I want both. That's actually really, really tough. Sydney Roosters have Newcastle, St. George, Broncos, Gold Coast, North Queensland. Sharks have North Queensland, West Tigers, South Way. Definitely Tedesco for me. I know. Sorry, that's the same question. I have Chan, Lucas, and Fafita, and Ramsey. Want to trade them all? Well, you can't. That's 4 people, man. Does Jerome kill some of Dewey's output? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if anything, it makes the team a bit stronger. And Jock Madden is quite of a kicker as well. Like he has a good kick on him. I think Luai's more like he does have a bit of like those 40, 50 meter kicks in him, but he loves doing like the kind of chip kicks and like the little ones that you kind of put into a corner. I still think Dewey will retain what he's been doing. Trades this week, Chan to Lasardi and Fafita at flex for Teddy. So a lot of people are going Teddy, huh? Let's have a look at what are the biggest trades this week. Let's just have a look quickly. I think it's coach's choice, right? So captaincy-wise this week, Nathan Cleary. Oh, I forgot about Nathan Cleary. Oh, gosh, this is tough. Wait, 2.6% are captaining Teddy? I think a lot of people are going VC into Captain Latrell. Wow, that's interesting. So the most traded in this week is Atavalu Lasati from Joe Chan. So people are getting ready for that. Or people are just still going straight to Simi Sasagi. Jerome Luai. I don't get this Jerome Luai trade. I really don't understand it. If someone could let me know why there's an obsession with Jerome Luai, let me know. Is Jerome Luai not going to play Origin as well? Jacob Preston, I understand it because Bulldogs just hit some form. Tedesco, obviously understand that. Are people just getting sick of Jonah Pezzett? Low break even. I still don't. I feel like you're just wasting a trade. Like surely, I don't get it. A lot of Lasardi trades. So no one's going for Thomas Camp. Interesting. Joe Chan to Alex Twal, Joe Chan to Ryan Couchman. Okay. Joe Chan, Pezzett. I don't think there's any reason to trade Pezzett yet, but that's just me. For Feeder, yes. Atkinson could most probably sit there, in my opinion. Leo, understand. Trindle. So people are trading out Trindle because of the bye, but they have such good matchups. They have North Queensland, West Tigers. I mean, it's not that good, but they have North Queensland. Interesting. Very interesting. Jai Gray, that's understandable. People are trading out Nico Hines? 2,128 people are trading out Hines? I'm going to tell you this right now, chat. There's going to be one game where Makasini goes for an 80 plus, and I do not want to not own him and miss out on that. And I'm telling you, it's coming soon. Reed Marnie gone. Gosh, Reed Marnie has lost 82K. Wow. Traded in. I'm so confused with this trade, guys. Jerome Luai, negative 26 break even. 465,700. I don't get it. How many points do people think he's going to score? You think he's looked better? He's at a 48 and a 62. I don't know. I'm not for it. I don't. The only one I like here really is I still understand Sasagi. I don't understand this Cooper Clark trade either. Unless people are getting rid of someone, maybe they're going Carrigan to Clark or something. Tom Chester, This is someone who you need to get in your team if you don't have him. Patrick Herbert, he's only played one game, right? So you can sit on him. I'll sit on Herbert for 1 week, but I could easily go Moses Lee to Patrick Herbert next week. So I'm happy with that. And Tedesco comes in. Okay, cool. Okay. Easy as. I've got VC. Let me know, guys, right now. What is your VC and captaincy looking like? I'm actually starting to get scared of not having Cleary as my VC. That's one thing. But Latrell against the Dragons? Oh. VC Turbo Captain Cleary. That's cool. I think if you have drinking in your team, he's a must VC or captain. He could go bananas this week. I don't get this Makasini trade out. I don't understand it. The dude has a 29 break even. I get it. He sucks so far. But I feel like against the Broncos, he could... Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I think also a good shout is Lockie Galvin from the Bulldogs. I think he could be very good over the Origin period. Even Dewey. Like, obviously it's Dewey, right? But if anything happened to Dewey, I really like the Lockie Galvin shout. Is moving Ero on a luxury trade? No, it's not a luxury trade at all because he's been pretty subpar, to be honest with you. But again, I'm holding him just for the week because he has the bye. But if there's a center that puts up their hand and I'm like, okay, I think I must get them. Yeah, maybe I go there. But again, like even going someone like Marky Mark or I don't really know who else. A Bulldog center like a Nare Tuala. I think that could be pretty good. But again, yeah. I'm gonna hold him for the North Queensland game, and if everything looks bad, if he comes back and looks bad against North Queensland, he's gone. Like, just gone. Like, if you can't perform against North Queensland at least as a premium center, yeah, you're gone for me. Makasini now on the wing is a hold. Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call that. We are going to do, is Lucas to Mitchell via Sasagi Jewel, then Chan to Lasati and Ramsey to Teddy. To Teddy May? You mean Terrell May? Is Lucas to Mitchell via Sasagi Jewel, then Chan to Lasati and Ramsey to Teddy good? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good trades. Just remember South have South buy isn't too bad. But yeah, no, I tick that off. I still have Toto. Have been wanting to get rid of him for weeks, but 50 BE probably a flaw. Thoughts? Everything is going left for Penrith. However, what's his BE, you say? 496,000 with the 50. The thing that annoys me is he's capable of a 21 and a 32 and a 38. It's a real tough one, man. Penrith have Newcastle next week as well. They have Manly. Oh my gosh. What is Penrith's draw? Oh my gosh. Jenkins is going to go off his rocker. Oh God. Who doesn't own Jenkins in here? And are you afraid of not owning Jenkins? Jeez, that is scary. Is Garner forgotten because he's on the right? I just think they have so many like 2RF players that he doesn't really get enough minutes to warrant being a super coach beast. And I always loved Lindsay Smith from Penrith as well. Interesting. Anyway, that's it, guys. We're calling it. Been a long one. We've been here for an hour and 15 minutes. Now, also, this week, I'm going to try and do 2 other videos. One definitely is a Q&A. So if you haven't or you didn't know about it, jump into the Discord or go into the YouTube community post and put in a comment there for a Q&A. I'll do a video for that before the first game this week. I might try and do a proper who do we replace for Fifita and Chan, and giving you all the 2RF information in one video there as well. Thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. Sorry I was a bit late. I will see you guys soon. And good luck this week. I hope your trades go to perfection. I only have 2 boosts left. So right now, I'm going really aggressive, and now we are really holding back after this week. Peace, guys. Take care. Thanks for being here. Much love. See you on the next